Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about how to conquer with food and, where's this coming from? In my experience, most people think food is a big joke. And when I talk about food, they look at me and they're like, you're a high-tech doctor. Why are you messing around with this nutrition nonsense? Everybody knows it's a big joke. No, it's not. It's like the most important thing. And it's fascinating. And it has tremendous power, nutrition, to help people be increased healthy or less healthy. It's the most common cause of the major diseases. So, I say these and I make these videos for the people that really want to learn and get it, okay? But I realize for the average public, they'll never understand food. All right, so anyways, a couple things about food here. Ronald Reagan had Alzheimer's. And some people, despite him having Alzheimer's, say he was the smartest ruler that ever lived because he won the Cold War without a single shot. Okay, so what's that all about? Why did Reagan have Alzheimer's? Remember Jack Delatorre and the mouse? We'll come back to that. All right, so what's the number one obstacle to conquering a country? Well, look at Ukraine. Intelligent, macho men who are energetic and who want to defend it. Okay? So, that's the number one obstacle. How does one reduce the number of energetic, intelligent, macho men? Well, you can put F- in the water. That'll lower IQs, lower physical strength, and it also cause some apathy. Just tell them it's good for their teeth. How does one feminize the men? Well, you can cancel college wrestling programs, as has happened in so many places. You could try to get them to eat as much estrogen as possible and also rub estrogen on their bodies so it's transdermally absorbed. And sometimes will cause apathy in men, and some people think that's partly why fewer and fewer men are applying for college. Obviously, there's more to it than that. Soy is highly estrogenic, 20,000 times more estrogenic than other beans, for example, according to Anthony J., lipid biochemist. Tell these guys that the high protein from soy is the go-to way to get strong. Make a song about how great soy is. Like spam, 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 Monty Python, soy, soy, soy. I'm telling you, people are in love with soy. I could not believe the negative feedback I got for saying soy isn't such a great food. Spray the soy with glyphosate, which is highly estrogenic as well. I don't know about highly estrogenic. I'll just say estrogenic. And if that's not enough, it won't be. You got to put estrogen in the sugar. How do you do that? With atrazine. Atrazine is a herbicide most commonly sprayed on corn. It's a very commonly used herbicide. That's the one that turns male frogs into females. It turns male frogs into females. Okay? That's what's sprayed on the corn that people eat. If you eat processed food, the most common source of cheap protein comes from soy. The most common source of cheap sugar comes from corn, high fructose corn syrup. Okay? So right there, you're talking soy, glyphosate, and atrazine. Okay, that's a lot of estrogen. Then what else? Take the cows and engineer them to make milk while they're pregnant. Pregnant cows got really high estrogen, getting ready for the baby, okay? It's going to raise estrogen off the chart. You got all these kids hitting puberty precocious and early. And so that's a lot of estrogen, okay? And just tell them, force the kids to drink it in the school lunch program. And if that's not enough, what else? Well, estrogen is a great preservative, long shelf life. It prevents mold from growing in all kinds of products. Estrogen's in almost every product you could imagine that could have a preservative in it. It's in deodorants. Plus aluminum is a metalloestrogen. It's in shampoos. It's in soaps. It's in sunscreens. They put it in car seats to prevent sun damage. Okay? Estrogens are also good for making soaps and detergents. They're used to make hand soaps, dishwasher detergent, laundry detergent. They're used to make plastic. You'd be amazed. BPA and phthalates. You want to drink bottled water, it's probably in, polyethylene terephthalate, estrogen, all right? Okay, so the bottom line is those are all the ways what a big deal food is, and you can really raise your estrogen level and potentially indirectly start lowering your testosterone level if you don't be careful about these things. Okay, what else? What do I think happened to Reagan? How did he become Alzheimer's? I think Jack Delatorre is right. He's the PhD guy who wrote the incredible book about Alzheimer's Turning Point. He's the guy who worked with the mice. And when he tied off the carotid artery, the chronic cerebral hypoperfusion from a tied off carotid artery would cause the mice brains to shrink, atrophy from apoptosis, and they become demented. So I think when Reagan was wounded, bleeding, prolonged hypotension, cerebral hypoperfusion, leading to cognitive impairment. People can get that from open heart surgery if they're prolonged hypotensive post-op. So he ended up like a mouse equivalent. So anyways, that's the story. Hope it's helpful.